As I said, I run a training program in my centre called Spirit Grow in Melbourne. And one of the courses I said I teach is the art of communication. And it really is based on the words that come out of the mouth. So the first aspect of the course, the first half of the course, which is usually over 7 sessions, what that does there is help us understand the 10 loci of consciousness, the 3 loci of consciousness of mind, Chachma, Bina, and Da'at. Chachma, the way that the spark of consciousness moves from subconsciousness to consciousness, or to put it more commonly, how a thought pops into the head. And we can actually train how a thought pops into the head. So we learn that first. Bina, the way we allow that soul of thought to move, to travel. Linear thinking, the line of thought. Da'at, the conclusion of the thought, the focusing on the thought as a whole, which awakens emotions. And then the 7 emotions. Chesed, that part of emotional flow that flows outwards, sharing, giving, contributing. Gevura, holding within, to be able to withdraw, to be able to create inner strength, focus. So sometimes we're more like that, sometimes we're more like that, and there's no right or wrong. It depends on the balance, tiferet, the beauty of the balance that creates the propriety. If I want to teach you something very, very complicated, it's very likely I will hide much of the information. If I wanted to teach you the theory of relativity, and you didn't know any physics and maths, as was the case, a young man approached Albert Einstein and said, "Teach me the theory of relativity." Einstein said, "Do you know any math?" "No." "Physics?" "No." "No problem, I'll teach it to you. It's simple, it goes like this. If you're sitting on a couch with your girlfriend for 1 hour, it'll feel like a few minutes. But if you're sitting even 5 minutes on a hot stove, it'll feel like an hour. There you have it, theory of relativity. What have I done there? I've done an act of chesed, sharing, but I've hidden, gevura, most of the complexity as not to make you become either disliking the idea or too complicating the idea, because under those circumstances you'll lose all interest in physics, certainly in relativity. And you go on to netzach, chod and yesod, which are the relationship functions, how we take emotions and express them. Netzach, crossing the interpersonal boundary. Hod, withdrawing to create a comfort zone. Yesod, commitment in relationship. And then you have malchus, the final step, which is simply a container. At that point you open your mouth and speak. So, what am I saying? I'm saying before you open your mouth and speak, all these 10 steps had to have taken place. We practice that. First, it takes several seconds to quickly go through it after studying it. Then we're able to do it in 2 seconds, then 1 second, then half a second. And then we find that we have now created a new way of expressing ourselves, because the consciousness of these 10 has been able to take place in such a short time. That's called wisdom.